Shalom, shalom. I'm ready to kick it off here in a second. Trying to get my stick together. A little awkward today. Maybe I'll try to carry my angle from this side. Yeah, let's do it like that. Switch it up a little bit. All right, shalom. First, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Yahushua, and prophecies on the menu, man. Great prophecy. That's all I got for you. Got no blessings for you up here. No, I ain't got no I take that back. I do got some life advice for you. Got a lot of that. You know. I ain't got no investment ideas for you, no business opportunities. The only business I got for you is doing the Lord's business. Like his son Yahushua came down, he said he was about his father's business. So that's the only business idea I got for you. So I take that back. But we're gonna get into it, man. Now one of them weeks get beat down, physically, mentally with this damn place. So no matter what, man, the highs, the lows, or hell, even the mids, still gotta come out here, man. And you got a job to do, man. You ain't done yet. And when you sick, you still go to work on the plantation, don't you? Same thing with this, man. If your ass can stand, your ass can talk, you well enough to come out here on this block. I've been up here plenty of times, like I was gonna collapse, sick as a damn dog, but still come out. Freezing, sweating, whatever the case may be, man. Show must go on. It's the train that don't stop for you, man. It keeps rolling, with or without you. Let me beat my biggest problem. I get to moving around and forgetting where I put my lesson. So let's go ahead and jump to your prophecy, man, because that's all that's left. Let's go to the book of, some people say Habakkuk, some people say Habakkuk. Me personally, I say Habakkuk. But we're going to get to that. Verse 2, and it says, And Yahweh answered me, said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth. So yeah, write the vision, make it plain on tape. Israel and Iran going to war is making it plain on tables. It's part of prophecy. You know, now they got this whole thing talking about a ceasefire. You know, but we all know eventually they're gonna get back to shooting and killing each other, man. You know, it's already been written. You know, so we don't know if they rearming. Like the scripture said, we know in part, so we prophesy in part. But maybe they rearming, regrouping. You know, so hey, but we know that Israel's gonna be destroyed. A thermonuclear ICBM missile, and they going to war with Iran, man. There's no other way of putting it. You know, ain't no way to sugarcoat it. And when they take their asses fully into Iran, you know, Russia eventually is going to step in. Like they starting to step up a little bit now. But when this war is actually a full war, not just little strikes, Russia's going to step in, man. You know, spoken about how Russia's going to be a guard unto them. You know, we're gonna have ourselves a real war here soon. Man. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So everything has a time and a season. And we're coming to the season of World War III, man. That boy got a flag. What kind of flag he got? You know? You know, we coming to that season of World War III. Even we're in the midst of it, they just want to admit it. You know, they don't want to get you people all worked up before they start this draft. You know? So you better enjoy your weekends while you got them. If you're 18 to 26 years old, because you're going to be drafted soon, men and women. You know? Whatever you want to do, you better do it. You got a credit card, max it out. Because eventually, you're going to be in the desert, man. And when you get them draft papers, that draft notice, you know, you might well kiss your family goodbye because you ain't coming back. Either you're going to go to prison for 5 years or you're going to get drafted. You know, and I was watching some videos, man. Was it Gen Z? They ain't hearing that war shit, you know? they they say they'd rather go to prison, man. You know? So this ain't like the 60s, you know, 70s with that NAM, you know, where you just get some papers and you're like, okay, I'm gone, you know, or when they got drafted in World War II. It's a whole different ball game now. These kids today, they say they going to prison, man. They say they are not going to fight somebody else's war. But hey, we'll see. You know, we'll see, man. Everybody talk a mean game until it's time to get down to it. The same ones talking about, oh, they not going to be the first ones on the damn bus. You know? You know, when they break out those papers and tell you, hey, you can get in this draft, you've been selected, or you're gonna go to such and such, maybe some military prison or something, and do your 5 years. You know, but hey, I don't even trust that, man. They might just tell you they take you to prison and take you to the Middle East anyway. This is gonna be the last war, so anything goes. Yeah. In Ukraine, and they grabbing anything moving, man, and putting it on the front line. Blind, cripple, or crazy. They had a Down syndrome soldier. They just rounding people about the streets over in Ukraine and putting them in the meat grinder. You know, Vladimir Putin and the boys is getting busy over that still. I don't mind putting you in one of them body bags. So World War III is gonna be way worse, man. Worse than World War I and II. Because this is the grand finale, man. Scriptures speak about how it's gonna be a mountain of troops. That's how many bodies it's gonna be over there, man. It's gonna look like a damn mountain. you know, all the carcasses all stacked up. Trying to give you an idea how many troops is gonna be over there in the Middle East when the things go hot. So everybody voting MAGA, loving Trump. But Trump's in bed with Israel, man. And they pulling the strings. And Trump's gonna do whatever Netanyahu tells his ass to do, man. Because Netanyahu, he hell bent on bringing down Iran, man. And whoever he got to use to do it, he's gonna damn well do it. But really, it's all up to the Most High, man. He's the one orchestrating the whole thing. He got a hell of a spirit on Netanyahu. He is hell bent, on taking Iran down. Trump gonna get up there and in the front, like he got his own mind. Like he's making the calls about Iran and the strikes and stuff over there. And the whole time is Netanyahu and his crew, man, telling them do this, do that. And Trump, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, yes, yes, yes. So we know who really runs the show, man. So, he's gonna get up there and say, hey man, Israel need our back. So we need your sons and daughters, man, to fulfill his wish. And let alone Barron ain't gonna join. He ain't going. And Netanyahu's son definitely not going. He in Miami somewhere. Last time I checked. It's a whole war going over there in Israel, and Netanyahu's son down there sipping on pina coladas, man. But they need your sons and your daughters for this war that's coming up. And you people gonna fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. Because they got something that's called false flags. And they already building it up now in the media. Oh, Iran got sleeper cells. Oh, today is Tel Aviv. Tomorrow might be New York. We're rounding up Iranians. What they say, they got an Iranian sniper that was in the military over there in Iran. So they already laying it out, man. They get you primed up in the media to fall for it. So whenever, if they go with it, with this terror attack that they planning, it's gonna be all on a run. Then all you people gonna get up there with your damn 12 packs and American flag and say, well, we gotta go in our run. Go kill it. Whole time, man. It was the plan the whole time, man, to get you on board. Just like 9/11, man. The dancing Israelis, what they call them, Israelis, man. Go look that up. Google that. The dancing Israelis. You know, while the tower was burning, you know, you had a group of, you can't say who too much because you might get called anti-S, you know, but they sitting there dancing when the towers were burning. It's the same people again running the same play, man. You know, and you people are gonna fall for it again, man. But this time, it's gonna be for your detriment. This time, man. Nobody's gonna make it out of this one. You know, this ain't gonna be like Saddam Hussein, man, a walk in the park. It's gonna be everybody pulling their shit out this time. China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, parts of Africa, man. The BRICS, the BRIC nations, man. They all gonna join up on this thing. NATO, man, this thing gonna get real nasty, man. This war is gonna get real nasty. And so you can keep playing around, being stupid. Next thing you know, you're gonna be in a line getting your head shaved, man. Getting you some boots and a rifle. You know, you're gonna have you some fatigues, boots, and a rifle. So like I said earlier, the elite need bodies for this war. They call you people useless eaters. You know, they call you useless eaters. But they want to get rid of the population anyway, and to cover it all up. Hey, a war would do it, man. A war would kill two birds with one stone. It'll reduce the world's population, and then the elite can get full control of the planet, man. Because they got to have that shock and awe. They got to have you shaking in your boots. And you people gonna be like, hey, whatever it takes to get peace back on earth, give up all your rights. You know, you gonna rip up the Constitution personally, man. You know, when it's all the plan of the elite, man, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and the less luminaries, they gonna have you in them those trenches, in them foxholes, man, dodging mortar rounds, while the elite is sitting back laughing, because they call them globalists. Really, they just Satanists. They're not even global. You know, it's just all about full control. You know, they want the have and the have-nots. And if you're not in that capstone of that pyramid, that all seeing eye on the back of your dollar bill, if you're not in that capstone that sits on top of that pyramid, you just cannon fodder. You know, we're talking about the people who actually call the shots, man. You got your senators, your mayors, and everybody in their back pocket. People like the George Soros, you know. What's his son, Alexander Soros, man? So he passed the torch down to him now. You know, which he's just one, one pawn or one general that they use. You got the medical MD, what's his face, Bill Gates. He in charge of the health, you know, him and Fauci. You know, so that's another avenue they use. And whoever, who they got now? They got Fauci, Gates, Soros, the ones we hear a lot, you know. But they don't tell you the guys who behind the scene, man, who actually run the White House, man. The advisors, people you never seen in a day in your life, man. Them the people who run the show, man. Special, what they call special interests. Yeah, lobbyists. That's who runs everything. The rich. I'm talking about the ultra rich. We ain't talking about somebody just won the damn Powerball 2 days ago. We talking about generational wealth. Like what's the name said? The ones that got rats on their money. Got so much money, got rats eating it. That kind of wealth. Your princes and your kings on the earth. Like Prince Charles, or the Prince of Monaco, King of Monaco, DuPonts. You're talking about people who actually make the real decisions. And they give you people the illusion that you're actually doing something when you go to that damn vote. That voting box, man. Standing in line all day for a game that's rigged, man. Gosh, who was that guy said if voting meant anything, they wouldn't let us vote. Gosh, I gotta find who said it. I gotta see who made that quote up with that. Yeah, I mean, have you talked to most people? It's like talking to a tree, man. You think they're gonna give somebody like that the power to, they give you a choice, but they all been pre-screened, man. They're not gonna let you pick who you want. You gonna pick who they want you to have, man. They're gonna. It's always rigged. So it don't matter who you voted for. The bankers already chose that candidate for you. It's like your mama coming to you saying, "Hey, you want to eat this or you want to eat that tonight?" She already got her mind made up. What the hell you gonna eat that night? And she ain't saying, "Well, if you want something else, just tell me." She's like, "No, you gonna eat this or you gonna eat that. That's it." And that's the same way the bankers do it, man. You gonna vote for this person or you gonna vote for that person. That's it. So hey, like I said, man, we're in the midst of this damn thing. We're almost out of here, man. We're almost out of here. Just gotta keep hanging on. At the end, you wanna get a little when you start seeing the finish line, you wanna get laxed a little bit. Just gotta keep pushing, though. Gotta keep pushing because it ain't over yet. So, like I said, man, the vision is playing upon the tables. Everything's here, man. The RFID microchip, World War III. The economy's on the ropes, circling the drain, whatever you want to call it. You got the brain chip, the chip for your hand. It's all here, man. The talk of civil war. Hey, man, all the dominoes on the table. Like I said before, we just wait for that one domino to just tilt everything over. Start that chain and start that chain of events. Yeah, matter of fact, you know, what's his name? RFK Jr. He talking about how you want everybody to wear some kind of traceable, what do you call it? Some kind of traceable device or something like that, you know. I think it really said traceable or trackable. Yeah, trackable. Yeah, some kind of trackable device, man. And we all know what that's gonna lead to. They say, oh yeah, he's only talking about like a Fitbit. Yeah, that's how it starts off. One year is gonna be the Fitbit, so to speak. The next year is like, oh, you need to get something put inside you because that Fitbit don't work too well, man. We all see how it's coming. When I say we, I'm talking about the man of the Lord, man, who are in the know, the elect. You know, he's so concerned about your health. You know, he wants to have you tracked. He want to make sure you're not eating that honey bun late at night. You know, that's how much he cares about your health. You want to know how many? Let him tell it. You know, he concerned about how many donuts you eating a day, how much you not exercising. But we all know that's all a trick, man, a ploy of the devil. Man. You know, he's not even coming up with this. You know, but he's been put in front of us to push it. You know, so yeah, everything is plain, man. The prophecies are here in our face, and they're getting ready to come to a close soon. Getting ready to come to a close soon. Verse 3, Habakkuk 2 and 3 for the vision. Oh, let me go to 2. So, like, yeah, I messed that one up. Let me go to verse 2. Habakkuk, verse 2. And Yahweh answered me, said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, man. You know, and if you're a male that come off one of these tribes here on my sign, one of the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're supposed to be doing the same damn thing, man. You know, it's supposed to be me on a whole bunch of corners around here doing the same thing. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So we're close to the end because it's speaking, man. Like I mentioned before, everything's here, man. The RFID microchip, the market of beast, the economies. Every week you hear something about how bad the economy is. So we're on the verge of an economic collapse, inflation running hot, you know, World War III. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So we wait, tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Yeah, all these prophecies are gonna come to pass. So the main thing, key word in that is wait, patience. You know, a lot of men lose patience in this. You know, and they go back out to the world, man. You know, sometimes it goes for a while when nothing's happening, and then boom, something happens. And then while it's happening, it's like it's so close, and then things just quiet down again, man. And that's what it's doing now with this ceasefire with Iran and Israel. It's quieting down again. But like I said, man, it won't be long before they back shooting at each other. Because we all know ceasefires never work. You know, especially with Netanyahu, man. You don't honor ceasefires, man. Just ask the Gazans, man. Ask the Palestinians. Do he uphold ceasefires, man? Just go look at their land, man. If you can find some videos on it, then yeah, you don't honor shit, man. So give it a little bit of time. They'll be back at each other next, you know, and we'll be going to the next stage, man. Because this happens in increments, man. The Most High, he turns it up, turn it down, turns it back up, lower it back down. So the Most High, he's in control of all this. They're going to go to war on this time schedule. Let's go to Ezekiel 3. No, Ezekiel 33 and 3. Like Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this comes to pass, when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know a prophet have been among them. So yeah, when Jacob's trouble hit, they already starting that up now with the riots in California. World War III. So everything is so close, bro. It's close, so close. Hey, just ain't close enough. We almost out of this bitch. We almost out of here, bro. Hey, like I said, man, we on the Most High time schedule, man. Yahweh Shimei Rashad's time schedule. All we can do is be patient, man, and that's the main thing in this truth, man. You gotta be patient. Got to be patient. You got. We ain't been in this like almost 30 years, and they still hanging on. And I'm going on 8 years, so if they could do 30, almost 40, then hey, man, I gotta be patient too, bro. I got to be patient too. But Jake, you know, we just ready to get the hell out of here, man. You see the writing on the wall. This place is done. You know, I mean, just look around, man. You think you was in Haiti, man, on the good side of Haiti, in this city. All this fucking graffiti everywhere, trash. You know, this is Degenerateville, man. You can't be in your right mind if you want this to go on forever. You know? If you don't wake up and see something wrong with this place, something's wrong with you, you know? And not just here, I'm talking about all over, man. I started to take a trip up there to the NYC, but they say it smells so bad up there. I don't even think I want to go. They say it just has a funky odor. The city, man. So it smell like weed and just funk all over the, So I hear like trash all over the place, trash bags, like piles of trash just piling up. And I could get that right here, man. I gotta go waste my money, you know? I'm not too keen being around a whole bunch of people anyway. And it's just too many people in NYC for me. I can't be around people like that all day long, man. It drives me nuts. Everywhere you go, you see a damn human, man. So I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. Right. And especially if you get on the subway, well, you better be UFC approved. You get on that damn subway in New York City. But if you come down, take you some taekwondo before you go up. Cause it goes down. What I hear, and what I see on the news. So, I don't want to go up there that bad. Let me get back into these scriptures. This is Ezekiel 33 and 33. It says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. Yeah, you gonna know it's been a prophet among you, man, out here. Let you people tell it out here wasting my time, Oh, I got nothing to do with my life, you know. Some brothers, said, they family tell them, you done threw your life away, you know. That's how crazy Jake is, man. They'll tell you wasting your life, man. He had big dreams, aspirations for you, you know. Oh, you out there preaching. Now, if I had a church, they'd be bigging me up. If I had a nice building, this is the church, but if I had a building, wore a suit and a tie, they'd be bigging me up, man. They'd be bragging me, everybody at work, on the job. Why don't you come to my people church, man? He good people. He a man of the Lord. They'll love to say that. You're a true man of God. But now, hey, they look at you like you crazy, man. You know? Hey, what's the scripture? How it go? Prophet is not welcome in his own house, roughly paraphrasing, or his own country, one or the other, house or country. I can't remember. Yeah, especially your people, man. If you didn't go to school or something, oh, they can't believe it. The Lord's dealing with you. Why you? Of all the people on earth, why he dealing with you? Hey, you got to have a degree or something, or a plaque on the wall for people to believe you. You know. But hey, that's how the Lord got it set up, man. That's how He got it set up. But the whole time they going to church and giving pastor all their money, they don't know anything in them churches, man. All they know is John 3:16. That's it. John 3:16 all day long, and can't even get that right. They can't even get John 3:16 right. Where yet? They want to tell you what the Bible say, what this really means. And and you look at these people like they got three heads, man. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Is this a joke? Yeah, hey man, that's our people. And then you got people like Vocab alone and the Legion of Doom, trying to come up against the man of the Lord, thinking they're gonna debunk what he's saying, but you can't debunk the truth, man. The truth is can't be debunked, man. This is no Bruce, no side act. There's no gotcha moments up here. What's the word? There's no gimmicks, man. No gimmicks up here. But like I said, there's no gimmicks up here, man. I don't want your time and that.
It's fine for a day. We don't have guests today, but this is an active hotel. So and this is actually a guest room right here. This is their bedroom. So I've gotten a complaint in the past that they can hear talking here. So I can't actually have you use all the time.
I got you.
All right, I appreciate that.
All right. They do know this is a sidewalk, though, right?
This is some bizarre hotel room right here.
Yeah, but this is a sidewalk, though.
I actually think you'd have, if you were going to press it, you'd actually need a permit to come out here.
No, you don't. It's not my first rodeo.
Look, that's not cool. You can't set up in front of a business.
Homeless do it all day. I'm always call them.
I do chase them off. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
All day long I chase people off here.
And they come right back, don't they?
You don't see anyone here.
They'll be back.
But
now,
they keep them
they
off.
move from here to there and there
Oh
to
yeah,
there.
I know it. But you can't, it's an operating business and the police do move them off. When they refuse to go, they will say, hey, you can't just set right up. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you. I appreciate it, but I can't. If my guests are bothered, I can't have that.
I got you.
Okay.
Like I said, there's no gimmicks up here. Like I said, man, this is a public sidewalk. Call the cops. We go push this. Yeah, like I said, they got a problem, call the cops, And I'm sure, like always, cops always side with me, man. But anyway, can't wait to the kingdom, man. The mouthy ass women. Let's go on. Joel 2. This is Joel 2. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for now it is nigh at hand. Yeah, so the day of the Lord is at hand. Everybody want to try to use that permit stuff. You don't need a permit to come out here on the block. Like I said, it's not my first rodeo. Like I said, man, let's call the cops. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, another name for Israel, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. That's what I'm doing, sound the alarm. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. So yeah, tremble because that day is at hand, man. For the day of Yahweh cometh, for it's nigh at hand. Yeah, I can't wait. So we're gonna put a lot of people in your place, man, where you need to be. And that's under my feet, man. You know? The Lord is gonna give men so-called niggas the sinners and they will heard them, man, the power of them. And you heathen, ain't gonna be able to fix your mouth to you. Joel 2:2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thickness, note so like it, and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there has not been ever the like, neither shall it be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, so as these missiles, these thermonuclear ICBM missiles are shot off, there's gonna be no need for them anymore, man. You know? There's gonna be no more use for them after that. You people not gonna learn war anymore. Like, if I wanted to, I could really get into it. Disrupting and bringing blood. You know, try to buffalo me, hoodwink me, like what's his name, bamboozle me. Like I said, I ain't one of these New Orleans niggas, man. I've done my homework and research. Know what I'm saying? I ain't going for that. I'm white and I say so shit. You know, I'm just supposed to take your word. If you white, you must know. Fuck that. Let's go on. You know, blow you the trumpet in Zion, and that's what I'm doing, man. Zion is another name for Jerusalem, for the Israelites. Sign on the wall of my holy mountain. Let the all inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of Yahweh cometh, for it's now at hand. So we're getting very close, man. Like I said, we got this war with Israel and Iran going on. Let's say it's called a skirmish right now. You know, a flare up. Verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. Yeah, it's thick darkness, man. Because why? Because you're going to have, after the nuclear explosion, After the detonation of all these warheads, it's gonna be a thick cloud of smoke. It's gonna be a thick cloud of smoke. It speaks about how you're gonna be able to see the sun, the moon, or the stars, man. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have never been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Yeah, like I said earlier, the missiles are not going to be needed after World War III, man. Once this thing goes nuclear, the objective is going to be obtained to destroy Babylon, man, aka America. This place is going to be destroyed. Israel is going to be nuked from one end to the other, and other parts of the earth. Verse 3, a fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is at the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. So yeah, before them, the grass is green, trees, plants all over the place. And it says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Because after they detonate, there's gonna be nothing left. There's gonna be nothing left. The scripture speak about how there's gonna be one big desert. It says, nothing shall escape them. Nothing. And that's including lame brain people out here, man. Miss Ann told me I can't be out. That just hit me all of a sudden. Okay, you there? Miss Ann said I can't be out here no more. Yes, sir, Miss Ann, I'm gonna stop preaching the word because you tell me to. Yeah, I'm gonna stop preaching because of you. Yeah. Sorry, Miss Ann. I'm sorry. I'm gonna preach the word. Don't worry. I'm so sorry. I won't preach. I won't preach it no more. Oh goodness. Sometimes you gotta laugh at this one. Yes, Miss White Woman. Hey, like I said, man, call the cops. Call them. Call the police. Man. Call them. We can just settle this for once and for all. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I move. I move. I won't preach no more. I scared of you. I ain't scared of the Lord. I scared of you. Oh goodness. Like I said, these ain't the slave days no more, man. These ain't the slave days. You know? You almost out of here. You know? You almost out of here. Verse Verse 4, the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Yeah, because these hypersonic thermonuclear missiles, man, will be moving at a speed. And then the only way they could describe it, man, Joel could describe it as like his horses. That's how fast they were moving. That's the kind of terminology he had back then. You know? But these were moving faster than horses. You know, a kind of a glimpse at one missile that Iran shot on Israel. What was that? They said it was a hypersonic, but I don't know. But it like came through the atmosphere, coming down. And it's like it almost just like slowed down for us and just took off, man. Just struck. I don't know if it was AI or real missile. You know, you can't really tell these days. There's so much going on with that internet. You can do whatever you want to with them videos now. You know, but it struck fast and hard. You know, I think she was one of them people. You already know what I mean. You know, you already know. with the little hat. You know. Verse 5, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, shall they leap. Yeah, like I said, man, like that one missile that went into the atmosphere. So they're gonna leap like they're going into the atmosphere. And then they're gonna come down, man. So like the noise of a flame that devours, the flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people sit in battle array. So they're gonna go into the atmosphere, come on down. Before they hit the earth, they detonate, man. Verse 6, before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. You know what? I got some for that. Why do y'all about to see me out for that? I got some. You know? Verse 6, before their face people shall be much pain, and all faces shall gather blackness. Yeah. Because you're gonna be burned to a nuclear crisp. You're gonna be a pile of ashes. You're gonna be a pile of ashes, man. The Lord speak about how you're gonna beat all his enemies in the powder, man. And how he's gonna do it with the missiles, man. You know, he's gonna turn you into a radioactive dust, man. What's that? You know how Sarah Connor was on the fence, shaking that chain link fence? A lot of guys can do that. Verse 7, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways. They shall not break their ranks. Yeah, they're not gonna break their ranks. These missiles not gonna collide into each other, man. They're gonna have guidance systems. They're gonna shoot perfectly, and they all gonna hit they target, they mark. What was that movie? Was it 300? When Xerxes' troop army shot those missiles, not missiles, arrows into the air, and it blacked out the sun. It's gonna be the same way with the missiles. You're not gonna. It's gonna go dark for a brief moment. The next thing you know, you're gonna be dust. You're gonna be a nuclear radioactive dust, man. And we come out having a good time. That's gonna be an awesome time. You know, Lord willing, I'll be able to watch from a safe distance. Watch from a safe distance, bro, and have a good old chuckle. You know, pouring that wine up with your Hawasha. You know, he's gonna be pouring that wine. You're gonna be sitting there sipping and looking, you know, sipping and having a great old time. Think about all the Lord's enemies, man. You know, and all you people will be part of it. You know, so verse 8, neither shall one trust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. So yeah, they're not gonna bump into each other, man. No, they shall walk every one in his path. When they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Let's read that in NLT. I don't know why they gonna pull up the NLT. But yeah, it's talking about the gist of it. These bumping into each other, man. Missiles. Yeah, I'm trying to stay in the spirit, you know. All that mugging me. I ain't no church boy, you know. I ain't no choir boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't gonna tell you, oh, I gotta turn the other cheek. You know, it's whatever with me. I had a rough week all week. You know, I like to take it out on somebody. You know, it's been a rough, hell of a week. Raining, humid, just little small BS popping up here and there all week. Hey man, I love to take it out on you, man. Especially a Edomite too. The Lord say, wait. Some days, just crack their neck. You know what I'm talking about? You want to just TKO. Verse 9, they shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. And that's going again into the missiles, man. Now, thermonuclear missiles. You know, you can't stop this truth, man. Nobody can stop this. You know, it's already been out. It's already been publicized, man. It's been all published all over the world, man. We're in the downfall of your kingdom, man. You know? You got the U.S. talking about going to war with Iran, man. We at the end. You know, and if that dampens your spirit, you know, well, oh fucking well, man. Oh fucking well. Shit, the party's gone, man. Like BB King said. BB King said the thrill is gone. Unemployment all-time high. You know? And you fucking with a man of the Lord, you done sealed your fate, man. You done sealed your fate. You know? Like I said, it ain't me you got to worry about. You know? It's the Lord you got to deal with. And you don't know how he's gonna come at you. You know? Matter of fact, you know, what's that precept? Where the Lord said he'll avenge his elect, man. The Lord's all about get back, man. You think he's just gonna let you do or say whatever to me and get away with it? Nah, it don't work like that. The Lord even speaks about how he killed his own people, messing with the prophets, man. What you think he's gonna do to a heathen? You know? So it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's light work. This ain't nothing but light work, man. Let's go on. Verse 10, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yeah, because it's gonna be a big plume of smoke. You know, it's gonna burn for a while. You know, I was getting ready to go too. You know, if I was rudely interrupted. You know, before she came up here interrupting the Lord's business, I was getting ready to shut it down, you know. But now she just revived the spirit in me, man. Put the spirit back on me. You know, ain't that like a little hate, man, to get the blood pumping. You know, get the arteries, get the arteries going. You know, that raise some up in my spirit, man. Hell, I was thinking about shutting it down. Because the earth shall quake before them. Why? Because when these missiles hit, the whole earth is going to shake, man, to and fro. It's going to knock the earth off its axis. Everybody talking about Planet X, you know? What's that other, they say, the guru or something? That's nothing, man. That's all fables. The only thing gonna be able to do that, to make this earth shake, man, it's gonna be those missiles. That's what this troop is all about, man. It's pissing on your parade, man. And the Lord said He need a few good men to do it, and I signed up for it, man. I'm all about pissing on your parade, man. Gloomy, gloomy, you know. I'm all for it. Sign me up. Hell, last time I was down on the other end, cops rolled up. They said, "Oh, hello, how you doing? How you doing tonight?" Might I add, I was on the sidewalk. Hell, they spoke to me, man. Didn't tell me to leave, you know, nothing. They ain't bother them, they ain't bother me, man. I'm sure right then he would have told me about a permit, right? He would say, "Oh, you breaking such and such code, this, that, and the third, you know? No. And at this was a white cop at that. So-called white man told me, "Hey, how you doing? I'm set up the same way." I'm sure if he would have came up with a code, I'm sure he would have brought up a permit. And he had a partner with him. Black cop don't play that either. So you mean to tell me there's two law enforcement officers? Didn't tell me anything. Didn't ask me what I was doing. What kind of business you got going on over here? What's this on this sign? Nothing. How you doing tonight, sir? I'm doing fine. How you doing? I left it at that. But Karen, I finally got a chance to use it. Karen came up here. Well, you need a permit. You know, you're not gonna be able to be up here anymore, Mister. You know, I'm gonna listen to her and get scared. I'm gonna bypass the police, bypass the Most High and His Son, but I'm gonna fear you. All right, let's see how that works. Yeah, and Grandpa too walked by, mugging me like he lost something. Like I said, man, this ain't the slave days, bro. I ain't on that. Sir, yes, sir. So yes, sir. I don't shuck no oysters, or fry no fish, man, or bust no tables. You know what I'm talking about? I get that understood right now. I don't clean your damn houses, man. I don't cut your yard. So you gonna deal with me with respect. You know? You gonna deal with me like you got some sense. Oh, you can deal with some sense. You can deal ignorantly, you know. I'm good either way. We could talk it out, or we could be like two fools, man. You know. I got plenty of bond money, man. Plenty. Bond myself out. Like Pimp C say, man, you can't go to war, you ain't got no cheese, right? Inside joke. You know, that's inside. You know? Got the money for the lawyer too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's one thing too, man. You get in this truth. Can't let these people buffalo you up. Buffalo you, bamboozle you, hoodwink you. You gotta know what type of lawyer to get too. You just can't get any kind of lawyer. You gotta know what kind to get. You know? You know, I kind of felt bullied up here. You know, I felt like I was being intimidated. Really, coming up here, walking up on me like that. I felt some type of intimidation. You got that on camera. You know, all on tape. You know, so yeah, I did feel intimidated. Now that I think about it, yeah, form of intimidation. Felt like I was gonna get maybe she's gonna Trayvon Martin me, man. You know, wasn't that George Zimmerman? What's his name? Maybe she's gonna George Zimmerman me up here, man. George Floyd me, man. Which one was it gonna be? She gonna put a knee on my neck, make me move? What is it? You know, I felt kind of terrified. You know, the usual suspects. Yeah, you know, I might get ready to leave on that note. You know, I felt intimidated, bullied, you know, and I kind of fear for my life, you know, kind of fear for my life. You know, so hey, I'm gonna end it on that note. You know, who knows? She might have got that want to hang you spirit on her, man. Especially this big tree right here. She might went back to her old ways. You know how these columns are, man. She might want to hang me from I really don't know. You know, she had that Edomite, that death stare, man. She wanted to kill me or something. So yeah, you gotta be circumspect out here, man or woman. You gotta watch out. Everybody's your enemy out here, man. Everybody, man, woman, child too. Pushing this word, this truth. Nobody like.
How you
All
doing?
right, you definitely got to be careful out here, man. Wait till that's not bad. You know, so-called white people got a long history of mentioning us black folks. She she wanted to go back to them old days. You know, there's a lot of blood on their hands. You know, they don't mind killing. So let me get out of here, man, before she come back. You know, with a posse. You know, she come back with a pickup truck and try to drag me through the streets. Like what's his face? That dude in Texas. You know. She might pull me all down street. Back with a pickup truck. I don't know what these women killing too. So you can't put it past a woman. You know, she had that you know, she came up as like a bully, man. Like a good old bully. So yeah, man, I'm closing out with that. And the old man too. You know, you gotta watch him. You know, he's seen his daddies and uncles, you know, kick niggas when they was down, you know. You know, he probably got some old memories of his granddaddy burning crosses in yards or something, you know. Who knows? Allegedly, you know, I can't say, but you gotta watch out for them liberals, man. You know, they just as bad as the Klan, man. So hey, it's turned out to be all right, man. It's turned out to be an okay day. You know, kind of low in the spirit earlier. This was a boost. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. I get out of here and give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Shalom.